Morning, one and all. Today we are going to discuss about the synchronous condenser and problems of an alternator. Okay, this is the last topic in the third unit, that is the synchronous condensers. Okay, a synchronous motor takes a leading current when over-excited and therefore behaves as a capacitor. Okay, if the synchronous motor has the over-excited, okay, when it will be over-excited, it draws the leading current. Okay, in that case, the synchronous motor is over-excited and it behaves as a capacitor. Okay, and it behaves as a capacitor. Okay, clear ma? It is a over-excited, then it is behaves as a capacitor. And over-excited synchronous motor running on no load, okay, is known as the synchronous condensers. And over-excited synchronous motor running on no load. Okay, if the over-excited synchronous motor is running on the no load, it is known as the synchronous condenser. When such a machine is connected in parallel with the induction motor or other devices, okay, that operates at the low lagging power factors. Okay, therefore, such a machine is to be connected. Such a machine means an over-excited synchronous motor that will be operated on no load condition. Okay, that is connected in parallel with the induction motor or other device that operates at the low lagging power factors. Okay, therefore, the leading kVAR supplies by the synchronous condenser partly neutralize the lagging reactive kVARs. Okay, therefore, we are connecting all the loads are the inductive loads. Inductive loading means the leading power factors. Okay, lagging power factors. Okay, that lagging power factors are to be compensated by using the leading kVAR. Okay, how it will be how it will be compensated by using that leading kVAR. Okay, the capacitors having the leading kVAR, then that will be connected to the system. Then automatically the lagging and the leading are compensated. Then the power factor is to be moderate. Okay, that is the main reason for when we are connecting the synchronous motor, that will be converted into the synchronous condenser. Okay, therefore, this is the power factor improvement. Okay, this is the V and load current IL and magnetizing current IM. Magnetizing current IM. Okay, the vector sum of this IM and the IL is the I. Load I, current, resultant current. Okay, this is the three-phase load and this is the three-phase synchronous motor. Why it will be acts as a synchronous condenser means for improving the power factor. First of all, what is meant by power factor? It is the cosine of angle between the voltage and the current. Why? Because we improve the power factors. That means, okay, if the low power factors are obtained, in that case, when we are observing the electricity bill, okay, if it receives the low power factor, in that case, we are adding the some surcharges. Okay, some surcharges in that bill. Okay, that is the electricity bill. When we are observing that electricity bill, okay, we are receiving the low power factors. Okay, in this case, okay, the generating plants are adding the surcharges. Okay, if suppose we are having the high power factor, in that case, the generating plant gives the discounts. Okay, that will be mentioned. That is the discount is 1%, 2% in that bill. Okay, for moderate power factor, there is no incentives or there is no discounts. Okay, surcharges are no discounts. Okay, that is the main reason for obtaining the moderate power factor. Okay, present in India, what is the moderate power factor means the 0.8. Okay, that's why when we are observing the all the problems, okay, we are considering that is the power factor is 0.8, that is the cos phi. Okay, that is cos phi. Okay, suppose the figure below shows the power factor improvement by the synchronous condenser method. Okay, by using this synchronous condenser method, we improve the power factor for this load. Okay, at this condition, the three-phase load takes the load current, the three-phase load takes the current IL at low lagging power factors cos phi L. Therefore, the synchronous condenser takes a current IM which leads the voltage by an angle of phi M. Okay, this is the IM which leads the voltage by an angle of phi M. Therefore, the angle difference between the IM and the V is the phi M. Okay, therefore, the resultant current I is the vector sum of IM and the IL and lags behind the voltage by an angle of phi. Okay, it is clear that phi is less than the phi L, so that cos phi is greater than the cos phi L. Therefore, the power factor is increases from cos phi L to cos phi. Then the synchronous condensers are generally used at the major bulk supply stations for the power factor improvements. Okay, what are the main advantages when we are using the synchronous condenser? That is, by varying the field excitation, the magnitudes of current drawn by the motor can be changed by an amount. Therefore, it draws the magnitude of the current that will be changes by an amount. This helps in achieving the stepless control of power factor. Okay, therefore this helps to achieving the stepless control. Therefore, the motor winding having the high thermal stability to short circuit currents. Okay, therefore the faults can be easily removed. Okay, these are the major disadvantages, advantages when we are using the synchronous condensers. Okay, by using these synchronous condensers, the windings having the high thermal stability for short circuiting, the faults can be easily removed. Okay, by varying the field excitation, the magnitude of current drawn by the motor can be changes. Okay, therefore this helps to stepless control of the power factor by obtaining the stepless control of the power factors. Okay, these are the major advantages when we are using the synchronous condensers. Okay, what is meant by synchronous condenser? The synchronous motor is operated over excited under no load condition, then it will be acts as the synchronous condenser. Okay, in that case the synchronous condenser acts as a capacitor. Okay, what is meant by capacitor? Capacitor means the leading kVAR. Capacitor means the leading kVAR. Okay, therefore the leading power factors, okay, is to be compensated by using the lagging power factors. Then the moderate power factors will be obtained. Therefore, what are the major disadvantages when we are using the three-phase synchronous motor? Means there are considerable losses in the motor. Okay, there are considerable losses in the motor. The maintenance cost is also high. Okay, therefore the maintenance cost is also high. Okay, its procedure is noise. So why? Because it is noise. When we are operating the synchronous motor, then we obtain the some noise. Okay, except in the size above 500 RVA, the cost is greater than that of the static capacitors. Therefore, the cost is greater than that of the static capacitors. Okay, as a synchronous motor has no self-starting torque, then an auxiliary equipment has to be provided. Okay, therefore the synchronous motor, if it is not self-starting, in that case we are using the auxiliary equipment. By using the separate DC motor, the synchronous motor will be operated. Okay, that is the main advantages and disadvantages for the synchronous condensers. Next, what are the major applications in the case of the synchronous motors? Okay, therefore the synchronous motors are practically attracted for the low speeds. Okay, it will be attracted for the low speeds, that is less than 300 RPM. Okay, because the power factor can always be adjusted to the unity and efficiency is also high. Okay, therefore the power factor is always adjusted to the unity and efficiency is also high. and the efficiency of the motor is also high. Okay, therefore, the over-excited synchronous motor can be used to improve the power factor of a plant while carrying their rated loads. Then, the over-excited synchronous motor can be used to improve the power factors of a plant while carrying their rated loads, and also they are used to improve the voltage regulation of a transmission lines also. Okay, these are the some of the applications when we are using the synchronous motors. Next, coming to the problems. Okay, coming to the problems of in this unit, we are consisting of two topics. That is, the first one is the synchronous generator, and second one is the synchronous motor. Okay, therefore, the synchronous generator is also called as an alternator. First, we are seeing the problems that will be related to the alternators. Okay, we already discussed the theory that will be related to the alternator. What is the construction of an alternator? What is the working principle of alternator? How the alternator will be operated, and what are the windings that will be there, and what are the various parts that will be considered, and what are the EMF equation for that alternators. Okay, that all will be discussed in the previous classes. Now in this class we are discussed about the various problems, okay, that will be related to the alternator. Okay, first coming to the first problem. A part of an alternator winding consisting of 6 coils. Therefore, the coils are the 6 in series, each coil having an EMF. Okay, therefore EMF is equal to 10 volts. Okay, therefore the coil are placed in a successive slots, and between the each slots and the next there is an electrical phase displacement of 30 degrees. Okay, therefore here the electrical phase displacement, that is the beta is equal to 30 degrees. Find graphic. The EMF of the sixth coil is theoretically or by calculations. Okay, find the EMF. Okay, first of all, okay, what is the angle? That is the electrical phase displacement. Okay, therefore the electrical phase displacement is the beta. Okay, therefore the electrical phase displacement is the beta, that is equal to 6 degrees. And we are considering, first we write down the given data, that is beta is equal to 30 degrees, and also 6 coils. Okay, therefore coils means M is equal to the 6, and EMF is equal to 10 volts. The coil are placed in a successive slots, and between each slots and the next there is a electrical phase displacement, that is the beta. Okay, find the graphic. The EMF of the sixth coil in the theoretically by the calculation. Okay, this is the given data, and then we find out the EMF, graphical EMF, that is the vector sum, that is equal to KD into arithmetic sum. This KD and KC are the displacement angles and the coil span factors, distribution factor KD. Okay, first of all we calculate the KD. Okay, what is the formula? That is the distribution factor. Okay, we already derived the formula for related to the distribution factor. Okay, in the previous class. Okay, therefore KD is equal to sin M beta by 2 by M sin beta by 2. M sin beta by 2. Okay, we are substituting M value is equal to 6 and beta is equal to 30 degrees. And then we easily calculate the KD, that is the distribution factor. That is 1 by 6 into 0.2588. This is also called as the arithmetic sum. That is the distribution factor KD into arithmetic sum. Okay, what is the arithmetic sum of the voltage that will be induced in the 6 coil? Therefore, arithmetic sum is equal to 6 into 10. 6 is the M, where 6 is the M into 10. 10 is the EMF that will be induced. Therefore, M in 6 and E is the 10. That is 60 volts. This is the arithmetic sum. Next, we calculate the vector sum. Okay, what is the formula for vector sum? That is distribution factor into arithmetic sum. Okay, that is distribution factor into the arithmetic sum. Okay, what is the distribution factor? That is 1 by 6 into 0.2588. Okay, 1 by 6 into 0.2588 into arithmetic sum is 6 into 10, that is 60. Arithmetic sum, that is 6 into 10, that is 60. Therefore, 60 into KD. Okay, this is the vector sum. Okay, clear? This is the vector sum. Next, coming to the second problem. Find the value of KD, that is the distribution factor. Find the value of KD, that is the distribution factor for an alternator with 9 slots. Okay, therefore number of slots is 9. Okay, what we will be find out, that is the distribution factor, that is KD. Okay, that will be find out, that is the finding term, that is KD. Okay, with 9 slots. Okay, therefore 9 slots means M. Therefore, M is equal to the 9 slots per pole for the following cases. First bit, 1 winding in all the slots. Okay, first bit we are calculating 1 winding in all the slots. Second bit, 1 winding using only the first 2 by 3rd of the slots. Second one, 3 equal windings placed sequentially in 60 degrees group. Okay, second one, 3 equal windings placed in sequentially in 60 degrees group. Here, what will be we will consider beta value. Here there is no beta value. Then we calculate the beta value. That is the overall angle is 180 degrees. Number of slots is 9. Then we obtain the beta is equal to 20 degrees. Beta is equal to 20 degrees. And the value of M, that is the number of slots in the group. Value of M, that is the number of slots into group. Therefore, what is the first bit? 1 winding using the first 2 by 3rd of the, 1 winding with all the slots. Okay, we are considering all the slots. All the slots means what is the number of slots? How many slots are there in this case? That is 9 slots. Okay, first bit, we are considering the total slots, that is M is equal to 9 and beta is equal to 20 degrees. And then we calculate the KD value. KD means the distribution factor. Okay, what is the formula for KD? That is sine M beta by 2 by M sine M sine beta by 2. Okay, this is the distribution factor, and then we substitute all the values in this formula. Therefore, what is the first bit when we are considering total slots? That means M is equal to 9. Okay, M into beta is the 20 degrees. Therefore, 20 by 2 by M. What is the M value? That is 9. into sine beta by 2. Okay, what is the beta value? That is 20 by 2. Okay, therefore beta is equal to 20 by 2. Okay, then its value is 0.64. Its value is 0.64. Next, what is the second bit? What is the second bit? One winding using only the first 2/3 of the slots. Only we are using the 2/3 of the slots. That is 9 into 2/3. Okay, that is m is equal to, how we will be calculate the m? That is 9 into 2/3. Okay, therefore 3 3s are 9. Then 3 into 2, 3 2s are 6. Okay, therefore m is equal to 6. Therefore m is equal to 6 and beta is equal to 20 degrees. And then KD. Okay, what is the formula for KD? That is sine m beta by 2 by m sine beta by 2 by m sine beta by 2. Okay, where m is the 6 and beta is equal to 20 by 2 by m is the 6 and sine beta is the 20 by 2. Okay, then it will be obtained, that is 0.83. 0.83. Next, what is the third bit? The equivalent winding placed sequentially in 60 degrees group. Okay, therefore it will be placed in the 60 degrees group. Therefore 60 degrees group means then it will be considered as 1/3. Then it will be considered as 1/3. 60 degrees group means 1/3. Then therefore m is equal to 9 into 1/3. 9 into 1/3. Okay, therefore 3 3s are 9. Then we obtain m is equal to 3. Then we obtain m is equal to 3 and beta is equal to 20, and then we substitute all these values and then we obtain its value 0.96. Okay, otherwise we are using the another formula, that is distribution factor KD is equal to sine pi by 2. Full winding slots means pi by 2 and 2/3 winding slots means 5/2 into 2/3. 5/2 into 2/3. Okay, in this case, 2 gets cancelled, then we obtain 5/3 value. Next, 60 degrees group means that 5/2 into 1/3. Okay, that means 5/6. Therefore, 5/6. Okay, we obtain 5/6. Okay, this is the another formula for the distribution factor. Okay, clear ma? This is the another formula for calculating the distribution factor, that is KD. Okay, therefore the distribution factor KD is equal to sine m beta by 2 by m sine beta by 2. M sine beta by 2. Okay, similarly we calculate KD is equal to sine pi by 2 by pi by 2. Pi by 2 by pi by 2. Okay, this is the procedure for calculating the distribution factor. Okay, clear ma? This is the procedure for calculating the distribution factor. Okay, next coming to the third problem. Okay, next coming to the third problem. Okay, a three-phase 12-pole. A three-phase 12-pole. Pole means we are considering as the P. Therefore, P is equal to 12. P is equal to 12 Star connected alternator has 180 slots. Okay, therefore slots means M. M is equal to 180 slots with 10 conductors per slot. Okay, with 10 conductors per slot. Not M, it is with 10 conductors per each slot. Ten conductors per slot. And the conductor of each phase are connected in series. Okay, therefore the coil span is 144 degrees electrical. Therefore the coil span is 144 degrees electrical. Determine the phase and the line voltage of the EMF if the machine is runs at 600 RPM. Therefore, what is the formula for speed? That is 600 RPM. What is the formula for speed? That is 600 per RPM. Therefore, and the flux per pole means the phi. Therefore, the flux per pole means the phi. That is phi is equal to 0.06 Webers. Okay, distributed sinusoidal over the pole. Okay, therefore, what is the EMF equation of an alternator? First, write down the EMF equation for the alternator. That is E phase is equal to, 4 KF, 4 KF and KC, KD, KF, KD, that is the KD means distribution factor. KC means the coil span factor. KC, KF, KC, KD, F supply frequency, and phi. Phi is the flux per pole, F is the supply frequency, and T is the torque. Okay, clear? And T is the torque. First, we calculate the beta. Okay, therefore, what is the formula for beta? Then beta is equal to 180 by number of slots per pole. 180 is the overall degrees or the overall slots. Okay, the alternator has the 180 slots. Okay, therefore the overall slots is 180 degrees or 180 electrical degrees. Therefore beta is equal to 180 degrees by number of slots is the 180 by poles. Okay, therefore total angle is the 180 degrees and number of slots is also 180 and number of poles is equal to 12. Okay, then we obtain the beta. Okay, then we calculate the M value. Okay, therefore, what is the formula for M? That is the number of slots per beta into 3 phase. Number of slots by beta into phase, number of phases. Okay, that is 180 by 12 into 3. That is 180 by 12 into 3. Next, we calculate the distribution factor, that is KD. Next, we calculate the distribution factor, that is KD. Okay, therefore, the distribution factor KD, that is equal to sin M beta by 2 by M sin beta by 2. M sin beta by 2. Okay, then we substitute sin. What is the M value? That is 5. Okay, we are substituting what is the M value? That is 5 into beta. Okay, what is the beta value? 12 by 2. Okay, by 5 sin 12 by 2. Then we obtain the KD value. Okay, therefore KF is the fixed value, that is the 1.11. And then we calculate the KC. Okay, therefore, what is the formula for Kc? That is cos alpha by 2. Okay, where alpha is the angle. Okay, how we will be calculated that alpha? That is total angle minus electrical degrees. 180 minus electrical degrees by 2. Then we obtain the Kc value. Okay, after that we calculate the Z. How we will be calculate that Z? The number of conductors into conductors per slot. Okay, 30 conductors per slot per each phase means, okay, we are calculating the 3 phase. Okay, and then we calculate the each phase means by 3. Okay, that will be equal to Z is equal to 600. Then turns per phase, in that T is the number of turns. How many turns are there? That is Z by 2. Okay, therefore the formula for T is equal to, okay, therefore the formula, that is the number of turns is equal to conductors per 2. Conductors per 2. That is the Z by 2. Okay, after calculating the turns, then we calculate the F. Okay, how we will be calculated F? Okay, we are well known about the synchronous speed. What is the formula for synchronous speed? That is 120 F by P, where F is the supply frequency and P is the number of poles. Okay, therefore, in this equation, what is the speed? That is 600 RPM. Therefore, 600 is equal to 120 into F by P. F by P. P is the number of poles. Okay, how many poles are there? That is the 12 poles. Then we calculate the frequency F, that is equal to 60 Hz. Okay, after calculating the frequency, then we substitute E phase. All the values in the E phase, that is 4 into Kf. What is the Kf value? Its value is 1.11 into, what is the Kc value? That is the coil span factor, that is 0.95 into Kd. Kd means the distribution factor into F is the supply frequency, that is 60 into 5. 5 is the flux. Okay, 5 is the flux, that is 0.06 into 5. T is the number of turns. Okay, that is the EMF per phase. The EMF induced in the case of a alternator. Okay, therefore, the E phase is equal to 4 into Kf. Kf is the constant value, that is 1.11, and Kc is the coil span factor, and Kd is the distribution factor, and F is the supply frequency, and phi is the flux, and T is the number of turns. Okay, how we will be calculated the turns? That is Z by 2. Okay, what is meant by Z? That is number of conductors. How we will be calculate that number of conductors? That is slots into conductor per slot is 10 conductor per slot per phase. Per phase means we are having the 3 phases by 3. Okay, then we calculate the speed. So then we calculate the frequency from synchronous speed formula. What is the synchronous speed? That is Ns. Okay, therefore Ns is equal to 120 F by P, where F is the supply frequency and P is the number of poles, and then we easily calculate the synchronous speed Ns. Sorry, we easily calculate the frequency. Okay, therefore F is equal to 60 Hz. After calculating the all the values, and then we substitute all the values in the E phase, that is 4 into Kf. Kf is the 1.11, and Kc is the coil span factor, that is cos alpha by 2, and Kd is the distribution factor, KD is the distribution factor, and F is the supply frequency, and phi is the flux. Okay, and T is the number of turns, and T is the number of turns. Okay, this is the procedure for calculating the EMF induced in the case of a alternator. Okay, remember this formula, that is the EMF equation of a alternator. In this equation, what is the KF and what is the KC and what is the KD and what is the F and what is the pi and what is the T. Okay, we remember those notations, and then we easily calculate the EMF equation of an alternator. Okay, clear ma? This is the procedure for calculating the EMF equation in the case of alternator. Okay, clear? Okay, in the next class we will see that some problems that will be related to the EMF equation of an alternators. And these are the problems that will be related to how we will be calculated the distribution factor, that is the KD. Therefore, KD is equal to sin m beta by 2, that is m sin beta by 2. And Kc is equal to cos alpha by 2, cos alpha by 2, where cos alpha is equal to alpha is equal to 180 minus electrical degrees, 180 minus electrical degrees, and then we easily calculate that Kc value. Okay, after calculating the Kc, we calculate the frequency by using the synchronous speed, that is Ns. Okay, therefore, what is the Ns formula? Ns is equal to 120 F by P. Okay, in this case, N is the synchronous speed, F is the supply frequency. Okay, by using this formula, we calculate the supply frequency. After that, we substitute all the values in the EMF equation. Okay, remember those EMF equation formula, that is E phase is equal to 4 into KF, KC, KD, F by T. Otherwise, this formula is written as, that is E phase is equal to, similarly in the case of transformer, E phase is equal to 4.44